Welcome back, Halo followers. 343 Industries just dropped a massive essay on the campaign network co-op preview for Halo Infinite that is coming in just a couple of weeks, all right? Like a week and a half. Now, I went ahead and highlighted, which we're going to break down this, so I don't have to read you an essay. We're just going to basically be glossing over the major details that I want y'all to know about this thing. So it is coming on the week of July 11th. You do need to be an insider to be able to play this, and progress is not going to be carried over, right? So we just learned the other day, instead of working on desync, 343 Industries has the team working on this. This is what they've been focused on, not multiplayer desync. So they talk about saves, in which they basically say, how do we keep the fire team together, right? In which we actually learn some information about that later, because you can't free roam around the world. You can't have your fire team across the entire open world. They actually have a system set in place, very familiar to the older Halo games in a way, right? So they say, how do we do this shared world state, right? Well, you can actually have separate save slots for co-op if you want to. So they wanted to give players the option to have co-op progress count towards your main playthrough. So you can have a couple friends jump in halfway through your campaign save, and you'll have progress together, right? They say we wanted everyone's progress to count towards their own saves, regardless of who the fire team leader is, right? So two players start a campaign together. Later, they can finish the campaign separately, picking up where they left off together previously when they played together. So very interesting. How does Infinite's network co-op handle different game states for the players in the game? Is everyone's progressing the fire team's leader world, each their own, yada yada? Well, they have this no Spartan left behind. Basically, this is meant to make progress all in the game together, whether it's solo or co-op play, it will be retained, right? So glad to hear that. So if you're having a really hard time actually collecting a skull, for example, you can actually jump in a game with a friend, and if they collect it while you're in that session, you'll get that too. Now, what's cool about network co-op is that you're actually going to be able to mix and match your friends that are playing on Xbox One, Series X, and PC. So you can change this to any kind of combination. You got two friends on PC, two friends on Xbox and Series X. Well, that's all going to work, right? The games are all hosted on dedicated servers, which is really nice to hear. In co-op here, we're actually going to be squads of Master Chiefs. We're all going to be Master Chiefs, which is kind of relieving because, you know, when you play as an elite, you might not get such favorable weapons. At least that's how it was in the previous Halo games. So everyone is going to be Master Chief. I noticed when I made a post about this, people are really demanding to be able to play their own Spartan. Pretty disappointed that they can't play their own Spartan, which I think is whatever. You know, rarely have we been able to do that in Halo games. I know we were able to do that in Halo Reach, but it was kind of built that way with Noble 6. So I'm okay with it being this way for now. I think that mods would actually open the door for this to be a possibility, as well as 343 allowing it if there is enough pressure for it. So the whole point of teams playing together is for us to play together. It's co-op, right? So I believe that this was what halted a lot of co-op, which was being able to play with your friends in this large, vast, open world. How will it handle players that are being separated in more enclosed missions? And what if they get too far apart in the open world? Well, the whole point of this is to play together, right? So they have these things called Area of Operations, AOO. This is the maximum distance that players in a fire team can stray from one another as they explore. If you get too far, you're going to get a warning to the team. And then if you get too far, you're going to be killed, like a hard kill boundary, right? So after a warning, you're going to get that AWOL thing, and it might kill you, and then I guess respawn back near your teammate is what they say. So they said that they kind of set this up with like warning radius and an outer radius. So I like that. This makes a lot of sense. I think it's based on the missions, not so much like distance from the host. So, I don't know, or quote host, the fire team leader, I guess in this case, since these are dedicated servers. How will Spartan Cores work? Well, upgrades and cores are going to be tracked separately per player, right? So that's actually pretty cool. I'm not quite sure how this all works with like solo saves and stuff it's going to carry over, but it seems like they've really put a lot of thought into this working right. And even though it's not at launch, I think that they're getting this right. You know, we're probably going to see some bugs when it does drop, but regardless, mission replay is a huge thing. This is something that's always been with Halo, but they have it actually set up in the TAC map. Unlike any other Halos, we're actually going to be accessing missions through the TAC map. And so in solo and co-op, you're going to be able to open up your map, highlight a completed mission, and then choose to replay. And then you'll be prompted to select the difficulty and offered to activate any skulls for you or your teammates that have y'all collected so far. So I think that this is probably a pretty good way to set up like an open world game that has mission replays. I like it. So one very cool and unexpected addition to all this is that there's actually going to be a lot more achievements. So you like that? That's coming. So as I said in the beginning of the video, you do need to be an insider for all this to work, right? Now, I'm super excited for this. Really cool stuff. You know, I mean, playing with your friends is what makes Halo Halo, I think. And we don't really have split screen, and now we don't really have like co-op. So the fact that co-op is finally coming, I know it's too little and too late maybe, but look guys, I think that they're doing it right. And at the end of the day, I think we all just want a finished Halo game. So I know it's not going to bring Halo Infinite back up the charts. I know it's not going to blow people away. This is a feature that we've had for 20 years. It's 2022. Why is it here at launch? But, you know, I'm glad that it's here. I'm glad that they're making it work. And ultimately, I'm actually kind of shocked that a lot of people wanted this to be addressed over desync. I mean, there's probably some people out there that have not played the campaign, hoping to play with their friends. So, yeah. Progress, actually, one thing you got to know is that network co-op flight is actually going to be conducted on a separate build. So this is going to be testing features. So it's not going to be affecting your retail copy of Halo Infinite. And this is important because if you start up a campaign, you start playing with your friends, you're halfway through the game, flight ends, you're not going to see it when co-op actually launches this season, right? And I think that everything is on track. You know, campaign co-op is supposed to be releasing in August, I believe. So yeah, I think that if it works fine during the flight, then I think we could be seeing this a few weeks, hopefully less than 4, 5, 6 weeks after this flight. So hopefully mid-August, hopefully no later than mid-August, we get an actual, you know, final release, final version of co-op, and everyone can start playing with their friends, because I think that is something that is valuable and exciting and worth probably reinstalling the campaign. If you uninstalled it, I think it's worth playing with your friends. I mean, it's surprising how much more fun any video game is, especially Halo, is with your friends. It can be an entirely new experience. And I'm counting on that too, because I would love to play with some friends for the first time, and I think they're gonna maybe have a lot of fun with me too, honestly. So anyways, guys, you can check out this whole blog post. I skipped over a lot of stuff. I just wanted to cover the things that were most important. So yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. If you enjoyed the content and like these breakdowns, then be sure to smash that like button and subscribe. Join me on the journey of following Halo for more than 11 years, and I'll catch you in the next one soon. Peace.